And breathe. The Celtics prevail and get the game 3 victory tonight in the NBA Finals. I don't know about you, Brendan, but that was a nail biter and everything. But the Celtics did take care of their business, at least at the end of the game here tonight, and secured a 3-0 series lead here in the NBA Finals against the Dallas Mavericks. I want to welcome Brendan in. We're here to talk about this game and break down everything that we saw, our reactions, and our expectations for what we expect for Friday night. I also want to mention on this, we didn't put it in our description, but happy Tom Brady Day. Tom Brady is officially a Patriots Hall of Famer, and nobody will ever wear the number 12 again as a New England Patriot. So we'll start on that front. Brendan, welcome in.
Nick, happy to be here. Congratulations to the GOAT, the greatest football player of all time, arguably the greatest team sport North American athlete in history, one of the greatest humans to ever exist, Tom Brady. Congratulations to him. The face of the region, the face of the country, America's golden child. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame inductee. To the Patriots Hall of Fame. There'll be another one for the NFL Hall of Fame, of course. And undisputed greatest player of all time.
That speech just real quick was just class act. It was special tonight. And if you got a chance to watch it from the Patriots website, was able to broadcast most of the ceremony and everything that was there. It was well done. Well done.
It is America's golden child. He was the greatest athlete, person, human that we've seen. Amazing player.
That's crazy.
Amazing.
Before we even jump into the actual game itself, I mean, what other state or sport that you can have no game going on at the Garden and it's packed, no game going on at Gillette Stadium, it's packed for Brady. That's just awesome. Just pure awesome. And then you have game 3. And then you have game 3 of your NBA Finals with the Celtics and everything. Brendan, it did not start out so hot for the Celtics whatsoever in this game. I didn't worry about it, though, early on. I'll be honest. I kind of expected the Mavs with the first game back in their arena and everything in the finals that they'd make a splash at least early. And then the would kind of take control in some way or some fashion.
Nick, I thought also Kyrie Irving had a better night, but Drew Holiday ate his lunch, like he just owns that matchup. Derek White was very shaky in the first half, really turned it on in a big way in the third and fourth quarter. And then Luka Doncic fouling out was a huge part of this game. He decided all of a sudden to start pressing Peyton Pritchard, which was crazy to me. Pritchard's a fast kid, going to get right by Luka. Luka has to bail out in a foul. And then he's got Brown, and he knows he's got to make a play here, decides to actually go at Brown instead of sag off. And then he takes a charge. He tries to set up a charge, doesn't set his feet at all. Brown trucks him, fouls him out of the game. I don't know what Luka Doncic is thinking, trying to switch up, flip the switch to play defense all of a sudden, getting so desperate. You haven't played defense all year and got you to the finals. Now you're going to try, and you're going to get humiliated doing it. Fouls out, looks terrible. Mavs lost a big scoring punch. And then the Celtics started hitting key shots, moving the ball well, and the Jays took over. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Brown with the tomahawk breakaway, and JT with awesome shooting tonight. I mean, it was a little shaky in the beginning, but he got it going, and he made some clutch and one layups through contact. Tatum and Brown looked really good. Really happy about it.
The first half of the game, I will say Jason Tatum really controlled the Celtics offense. I thought that he was doing it was probably, at least to start, one of his best games that we've seen him in the playoffs so far. Things just clicking and everything. He was hitting buckets left and right. Both ways, things were working for him. And it kept the Celtics right in it. I mean, the early deficit was not long until things started to click. I got to tell you the X factor tonight, and it was a surprise to tell you this surprising X factor, one of them, Sam Hauser. And what I liked by Joe Mazzulla's setup that was used is when Hauser was put in, he was on Luka Doncic. He was. And he was doing an awesome job at it. And that was an eye-opener for me because we have known Sam Hauser in these playoffs to be no-show Sam.
Yeah.
He's not getting it done. I'm sorry to say that that's his nickname, but no-show Sam is what you saw. And he had three three-pointers and contributed big time in this game. When the second half and second quarter and everything took over and everything, the second half of the game, rather, you didn't see much of Hauser after the third and everything. And it made me a little worried because I think that there was a little bit of that comeback that you saw. I want to say it was like a 22-2 run that the Mavericks went on in that fourth quarter and everything. And they got it all the way down to 93. Was it at 93-91 at one point? At some point in this game. And then the big call in the game was Luka getting a little too aggressive, and he got fouled out. And they challenged it. And unbelievably, the NBA actually said that they couldn't overturn it. And it was a stunner. It was a stunner. And as soon as Luka Doncic went out, everybody in the world knew where the offense was running through, and that was Kyrie. And Kyrie did have quite a night shooting and everything. But Brendan, I mean, we know he's a one-trick pony. We know how he goes. He's all about himself. He's not a team player. And if you double team him or something like that, you're not going to get anything.
No, definitely. I mean, Kyrie, isolation guy, you know his book. He's going to beat a guy and then over him. I got to talk about that 20 deficit got erased by the Mavs. You know, the Celtics for a moment in this game were stomping. And then all of a sudden, it was turnovers, it was isolation, it was throwing the ball away, and it got back to travels. It was ugly for a little while there. So that's a big part of this game that happened. But credit to the Celtics for getting back to what was working in this game. The ball movement in this game was some highlight level stuff, like swinging around, multiple drives, not just one driving kick, but 3 in one possession, swinging it around, finding the open guy. That's the way they win. They pick teams when they do that. They dominate defense when they do that. They'll pick and pop all over the place. The Celtics need to stick with that. If it goes isolation, it's going to get ugly.
The ball movement tonight was spectacular. They took care of everything that they needed to on that front, and it was a work of art to see the positioning, the throwback. I mean, I don't know if you noticed it towards the end, but Derek White hit a clutch three-pointer. And I don't know if you saw the feed that Drew Holiday had underneath, trying to rebound and everything and getting Derek White the ball. But that was Oscar worthy on what he did to set that play up. And you saw, especially that final 3 minutes in this game, championship style basketball. You saw all the reasons why Brad Stevens, and we've talked about this before, brought in and traded, for Drew Holiday, got Derek White, got those identity glue guys to bring together and make a team, 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 as Tom Brady talked all about tonight. It was special to see that. Some other key plays that we saw in the game. I loved this play. It was more of an underrated one. We saw, obviously, Peyton Pritchard hit the from center court, the big three. Was that in game 2, I believe, the last game? You saw Xavier Tillman take a three and nailed it and got it done. But what I love the most from that is the reaction from the bench with Tatum and all the other guys that were over there. Talk about buying into the team aspect of a game. You could see how much the team, everybody around, was just relishing the moment with Xavier Tillman from it. It was his first 3 that he hit in the playoffs. And of course, he's not really known for the 3 and everything. And he's in because Porzingis was out. There's another thing we haven't talked about. Porzingis was out. But you know what, Brendan? I wasn't talking about it. You haven't mentioned it here either because there's so much depth in this TEAM. They get it done. It doesn't faze me. It's just one other piece and one other guy is going to step in and get it done. Other teams would worry. The Celtics, that's all good.
Oh, definitely. Next man up mentality with the Celtics. I mean, Jason Tatum, you're looking at America's new golden child. Like, this guy is getting killed on social media over and over because the points aren't what they're supposed to be. Yeah, he's been in a shooting slump, but he got it done today. And honestly, when highlight plays came out of Jaylen Brown with a breakaway slam and Xavier Tillman, you saw Jason Tatum celebrating his teammates, celebrating a victory. It's not about him. It's about winning the championship. And now they are 48 minutes away. One basketball game to go to win Banner 18. It's been a long time coming. It's full circle against Kyrie. The Celtics can do it and close the book on a great season of a great team and a great story.
Quickly with some numbers, just so our lovely audience knows some minutes and everything that some of these guys put in. Looking at numbers aside, your stud really of the night with his plus 13 was Jaylen Brown. I mean, he wasn't the high scorer, but still, plus 13, 30 points on the night. He had 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block. He was 2 for 9 from 3-point land, but he did get his shots in when it mattered. So that was great to see. Jason Tatum, he was a little flashy sometimes from the 3, but he only finished 4 for 13 from the 3-point arc. And overall, there weren't any blocks or anything from him, but he did at least have a steal. He did finish at a -4 though tonight, Brendan. That's interesting. We haven't seen that often from that with 31 points. Al Horford was kind of in a way a no-show. He had some kind of dumb plays tonight. It wasn't his best game in the playoffs, but he chipped in with 8 points. Derek White was 16, finishing with a +3, 2 blocks, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Drew Holiday with 9 points on the night. Not his greatest night, but he did have a big steal. He had the 4 rebounds, 5 assists and everything. Finished with the +1. Xavier Tillman had the 3. And then your last one was Sam Hauser with a +16 on the night in 14 minutes played. And he did have an assist. He had 3 rebounds, big play with the 9 points. And he was 3 for 4 from the 3-point arc tonight. So there's your numbers from there. Again, for the Mavericks, Kyrie was your high scorer for this evening. He finished the night with 35 points. He did finish at a -3, though. Doncic, again, fouled out with 6 fouls on the night. He was a +9 on the night with 27 points. And after that, your secondary scoring from them, PJ Washington had 13. Derek Lively had 11. But we see this time and time again. You expose the Mavs and you shut down the Kyrie or the Luka. This team has no chance against the Celtics team just loaded with depth. So those were the numbers and everything there. I now want to get into our Face the Facts, Bay State Sports, and of course, Sports Zone 101's MVP of the night. Brendan, who's yours? Who's the spotlight?
I'm rolling JT. I thought Tatum was phenomenal. I thought he beat the shooting woes that he had. I mean, the 3-point shooting needs to be better, but mid-range was phenomenal. Brown's definitely a great candidate, but I thought also what JT brought on defense was really good as well. He was locking up Luka in big spots, and he's a great player. I thought he did awesome. He earned the.
I'm actually surprised with your choice tonight. I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that the layup play for Brendan tonight. That's the layup move.
Okay.
Two ways. Clutchness. Put the team on your back. I have Derek White as my stud for the night. And the reason I'm going to give that is because Derek White was your spark tonight. Derek White, whenever in doubt, when you fed him the ball and he got it done in the brightest of lights, he shined. Especially the final 2 minutes of the game with locking in that 3, playing great defense, guarding Kyrie and everything, because Kyrie was going up for a three and everything, denied that, snatched that out of there. And then a foul was committed from one of the final plays in this game. And sometimes people fold at the line when they have to shoot their free throws and everything. Well, Derek White nailed it. Nailed it. This team, the Derek Whites, the True Holidays, that is how you're going to be a championship team. That identity right there is just so pivotal to the success of how this team is. And tonight, Derek White shined so bright on the big stars and is a key reason why you're up 3-0 in this series. I'm not taking it away from Jason Tatum. This was a great night for him too. I also thought Jaylen Brown was exceptional tonight. Exceptional with what he was able to put the team on the back and earned every right to be another consideration in this too. But I go Derek White. Now, Doghouse.
This is what I wanted to say. This is what I wanted
Okay.
to say. I've been saving this one up for a little bit, but Jason Kidd in the Doghouse, this is the most underplayed narrative of the whole final. Is the biggest mismatch between the Mavericks and the Celtics is Mazzulla coaching circles around Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd has no answers. He came out today setting up some nice drop coverages and some nice pick and pops with Lively and Doncic. And then Mazzulla made adjustments during the halftime. And then all of a sudden, it's a 20-point game. Now, I got to give the Mavs a little bit of credit for clawing back in that. But he is slow to react, and he is slow to make adjustments. And really, after game one, his big play was to stir up the locker room between Tatum and Brown and who's the best player on the team. And Tatum responds with 12 assists night, but I think Jason Kidd is getting exposed by Joe Mazzulla right now. And I think he was a good player, but as a coach, he's not on this level right now, which is crazy to say about a sophomore year head coach.
Yeah, every time I think about Jason Kidd, at least for no pun intended, when I was a kid, I mean, I guess I still am a kid. I'm a kid at heart. I always will remember the whole Paul Pierce era and always watching Jason Kidd from afar just crumble against the Celtics.
Oh,
He was a New Jersey Net and every other time. It just seems like the Celtics always took care of business when it came to Jason Kidd, for whatever reason it is. Maybe they have his number or whatnot, but that's just from my perspective from looking at it from there. And you're right. Joe Mazzulla has outcoached Jason Kidd incredibly. And I have to tell you in full truth, going into the playoffs, I was concerned. I was concerned with what we would see from Joe Mazzulla entering sophomore season again as the head coach, with making the right plays, calling the right timeouts, getting the team to buy into the team aspect and everything. I give him an A+. 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 It has been stellar. He has now earned his right in Celtics history if all goes accordingly, and will be enshrined as one of the best coaches in this era right now for Boston sports.
Definitely.
Crazy to say that. So again, business is not done yet. We got one more game to do, and we're hoping that could be done on Friday. My Doghouse tonight, Brendan's going to steal the show, and Jason Kidd that's an outstanding pick. I'm going to go back to I'm going to go to Al Horford for tonight. I did not love Al Horford's game tonight. I thought mentally he was kind of not with it, I guess, 100% right there. I thought there was some careless turnovers, even in the final 2 minutes there. You saw Al go out of bounds on a play, and it cost the turnover. And that turnover, who knows, could have been costly and everything right there. And it pains me to put Al in the doghouse for this tonight, but it was not a very pretty game overall for him. And I expect him to forget about this one and get back on the court Friday and take care of business, and we'll forget about this one. So that's my take on that. Again, the Celtics will be playing again Friday night. Could they be taking care of business and getting the whole thing on Friday? I am from the philosophy. I am yes. I am saying sweep. Brendan, are you still in the same predicament?
In 4. I think they're done. They're gonna finish it off to Friday. There will be a parade next week. Finally, oh my goodness, a green parade. We made it. We're not
the
done.
First one since 2008. That's right.
We're not done, but we got to do it. We got to finish it.
Final thing I wanted to mention for those that also enjoy that game that involves a glove and a bat. The Red Sox did, as Brendan departs, as I talk about the Red Sox, he's real funny. The Red Sox did win today by a final score of 6-4, and they had the bats came alive and they were able to get it done. For Nick and Brendan, we are signing off again. The Celtics with the big win here tonight, 106-99. We will see you again for Game 4 Friday. Have a